So there's a... Is that supposed to be a roach? That's a huge roach. Oh, I can't. That's so blurred. Just looks like muscles. Creepy whispering? Can you not? A precise and illustrated as much detail as the first volume, this book focuses on healing surgeries. Would you read the book? Yeah, of course.
What does this strange book contain? This book contains unholy knowledge.
Oh, it's the Shambler. This collection of catalogs and classifies creatures that I have never heard of. Divinities from the stars, creatures capable of traveling from one dimension to another. It presents itself as a reference work on the bestiary of the myth, without giving details on the mythology to which it refers. Its pages are covered in phantasmagorical illustrations. That's a $15 worth. Phantasmagorical.
The Book of Zion is the foundational work behind Helena Blavatsky's Theosophical movement. Its followers placed truth on the same footing as a religion.
These Tibetan writings are the origin of the esoteric movement funded by Helena Blavatsky. At the end of the 19th century, the creator of the Theosophy would have drawn extensively on the texts of this work, but no one has ever been able to consult them. I thought they did not exist. This book, discovered in the nameless bookstore on Darkwater, could be as much as a fake as irrefutable proof of Blavatsky's sincerity. It's a spooky occult book. Breviary of Medicine. A few years back, it was possible for a single practitioner to know all medical knowledge at the time. This book, which concludes the series, shows that it is now virtually impossible. About 10 renowned doctors took part in putting together this collection. Yeah, that makes sense. Our knowledge of medicine is so incredibly complex and vast that weird specializations exist within medicine that study very, very, very specific things. I see that a lot because I'm looking at graduate schools for...
What happened here?
Let me finish telling my story for psychology, and the programs are like really specific. I think I've seen... Good God. Ew. That is so gross. But I'll take normal-sized bugs over Fallout's scary, horrifying, gigantic ones. At least it can be said about this book that the title is well conceived. The illustrations on human anatomy and dissection methods presented are illustrated in great detail. You have to have a strong heart or detachment proper to doctors to consult its pages. Ooh, what is this?
A strange amulet. I have a feeling I'd better not touch it.
That's kind of cool looking. A strange amulet. The pendant is in the shape of a large dog. I do not know what it represents, but I might find more by searching the bookstore. Can I open his desk? No. I think that's all the books I'm gonna be able to look at. So let's go into detective mode.
Let's start over. Where did they break in from?
Oh, I don't know.
Blood. Seems like amateur work. This burglar seems to be rather clumsy.
Yeah, knocked over something. Then we're going in here, I'm assuming? Yeah. Because I noticed this.
What killed all these animals? What sort of thief leaves his tools at the crime scene? What happened that made the burglar flee before finishing his work?
Probably whatever came out of this thing. Oh.
What the... Charles Hawkins?
What is... Okay. Yeah, what's this?
Happening to Hawkins? What sort of power did Sarah Hawkins' painting possess?
My brain is glitching out.
Sarah Hawkins helped hide something in this safe.
Can I... Wait. Am I supposed to look at this again? Oh,
They
yeah.
put in a great deal of effort to hide whatever is in here. Everything is linked to the Sarah Hawkins case.
Okay. Very strange. Don't know why my brain just glitched out. Ooh, I can investigate more. Hello? Oh, hello.
Drake left instructions on how to find the combination of his safe.
A page seems to be hidden here. It is possible to read. What a strange thing to put down. If someone finds these memoirs, there will be no doubt that I am in serious trouble. My last and only hope is that my body and bones are still on this plane of reality, in order that they be recovered and burned. The funeral urn must be given to my dear mother if she is still of this world. The following message is of capital importance. Whoever reads these lines demonstrates acute ability as... Excuse me. Whoever reads these lines and demonstrates acuity as sharp as mine can hope to gain access to my most precious possession. It lies within my safe, and the clues to the combination can be found in the 3 cylinders, each hidden where life and study combined in the Greek world. Each chamber is numbered, even if, as the celebrated author says, order is the pleasure of reason, but disorder is the delight of imagination. Indeed, despite my preference for organized chaos, I must admit that reason usually prevails in the end. If by chance a person, should I say a genius, was to match my intellect and find the combination of the safe, I would ask that they deliver its contents to the safekeeping of my friend and colleague, Professor Armitage of Miskatonic University. The contents of this safe is not only a vast digest of knowledge, but also a weapon that is far too dangerous to fall into the wrong hands. I hope that you will be able to appreciate the danger it represents, and you will act accordingly. In any event, I will neither be there to guide you nor suffer from your actions. A. Drake. Okay. Well, I'm gonna just...
Is everyone on this island taking sleeping pills?
Probably.
What link did he find between Charles Hawkins and an old amulet?
This key that bears the Elder Sign is only able to protect your psyche. It is in the form of a cylindrical medallion hanging from the end of a heavy chain. Hundreds of years ago, the star and the branch, whose purpose is to push back the forces of the great old ones, were engraved at its center. Everything points to it being Charles Hawkins that tore it from its last owner, an Egyptian antique dealer. In press cuttings that mention the misdemeanor, the date of the robbery coincides with the last Hawkins trip to Cairo. If it remains to be seen whether he knew the true purpose of this artifact. Try to find it. Ooh. Okay, I'm not gonna fuck with their cursed lock yet. Oh. Oh, there is so many books? Or not so many books. Wait. Was it just that one area that I could look in? Maybe. Let's start the search then.
Arkham editions. Never heard of them.
A collection of poetry by Edward Pickman Derby, also known as the Nightmare Lyrics. This collection of poems was sensationally received and was first published in 1908. Derby was only 18 years old. This volume is part of the Arkham Anthology, a luxurious collection of treatises and works on esoteric and the supernatural.
How many volumes are there in this collection?
The Book of Spells, supposedly written by the legendary King Solomon. It contains various rituals of evocation and rituals of curse. Reedition by Claudia DeWitt based on L.W.'s DeLawrence's original. This copy is...
Another volume by Arkham Editions.
A collection of long-term astrological predictions written in verse. Oh, this is Nostradamus.
Arkham Editions. Never heard of him.
Opera in 8 acts by Benvenuto Cietti Brodegera, an infamous lyrical work published in Italy in 1768. It is said that the opera was performed only once, resulting in the audience riot that left several... Oh, I've heard of this. I've heard of that.
How many volumes are there in this collection?
Quite a bit. Stop saying that whenever I pick one up. Collects written by a famous philosopher, including a translation of an emerald tablet.
Another volume by Arkham Editions.
An ancient manuscript. The text claims that in the distant past, Europe and other continents were controlled by the mother of its people, and moreover, that our alphabet is derived from a Pharisaian language.
Arkham Editions. Never heard of him.
A collection of essays on American folklore and urban legends written by Albert Wilberth, professor at Miskatonic University. So there's what? There's 7 right here. Oh. Hello?
Cylinders that Drake tried to hide. I should perhaps listen to them.
Well, wait. Inventory. Can I look at these? Oh, I need to find a phonograph. Oh, I never found a phonograph in the other place, did I? Do I still have that in my inventory? Oh, I don't. Okay. Have I seen a phonograph? Oh, yeah, I have. Let's start with the first one.
And these red rocks, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets. I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny. Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham Editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them.
Huh.
The Queen has little protection.
Oh. Yeah. What a weird thing to notice.
The Chalice of Knowledge.
This goblet seems to be very ancient. It seems to be made of gold and decorated with real precious stones. But do the rubies and sapphires make up a specific motif? I mean, there's something like cut into it. Am I supposed to be looking for something? Because I can only spin it like that. I can't look up and down like inside stuff. Huh. Oh, I feel like I should be able to flip that map over. Okay, I need to like re-look at everything because this puzzle I'm 100% probably gonna flub my way through because it looks like it's asking for knowledge that I just don't Oh. That I just don't have. Yet. So... let's go... Because he said there was a couple galleries, a couple books that were extremely relevant to his collection. But he doesn't seem to put them back in his, like, study area. Isn't there a... Oh, there isn't in here. Wait, where did I see it? Ugh, whatever. I know there's one right there. So is one missing. So this is 9, 4, 6, 7, 8. What's this one on the bottom?
What did Drake say about this collection?
That's 6, 1 and 3. What's this?
Drake talked about a particular
2.
volume.
Let me just turn my phone off. There. Yeah, Drake talked about volume 9. That's this
So
one.
these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message.
Yeah, he was talking specifically about this one. Okay, how many numbers are on the safe? 3 numbers are on the safe. Okay, so number 3 is 9. That's basically set. So number 3 is 9. Okay. So let me go and listen to 1 again.
And these red rocks, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets.
So he's talking about this.
The Chalice of Knowledge.
Huh. Now, what am I supposed to be looking on this for? Because the only thing that, like, stands out is this, like, scratch on it. And I can't really tell what it's supposed to be, if it's supposed to be anything. Okay, I'm not going to worry about number 1, because if I can figure out 2, then I can just guess and get 1.
I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny.
Okay.
The Queen has little protection.
So is it 3? Those of us who still stand, there's only 3 still standing, being the Rook and the 2 Knights.
The Queen has little protection.
So, let's go stick 3 in the second one. And can I just it's 5, I guess. Okay. Oh yeah, this book looks cursed AF, man. Oh, wait, what? In the nameless bookstore, Pierce traced the trail of an attempted burglary. He discovered that Charles Hawkins was behind the attempt. Pierce opened the bookseller's safe to find that the latter. To find out, wait, what the hell does that say? Pierce opened the bookseller's safe to find what the latter what the latter and Sarah Hawkins had hidden there. There we go. The book covered in human skin light inside irresistibly attracted the detective. When he opened it, his mind was projected into another body. What the actual hell is happening in this game? It's just bouncing from random to randomness. Whatever, that's fine.
Dr. Colden, this man's condition is deteriorating.
What says Dr. Fuller? It's his patient, after all.
Oh, I'm Marie?
He's busy with Captain Fitzroy. He specifically asked us not to bother him when that's the case.
Oh, of course. I'll see what I can do. Mr. Blake, can you hear me? I'm Dr. Colden. We'll take care of you.
There's nothing we can do. I tried talking to him. He's catatonic.
Very well. I'll examine him.
So, am I... Wait. Can I see who... Oh, yeah, I just can't even access Pierce on the menu. And I have nothing in my inventory. Awesome. Yeah, let's use my epic level medicine.
30-year-old subject. Severe hypothermia. Erythematous papules around the eyes and eardrums. Necrosed palpebral tissue. Lord, this smell.
Oh, so he's just decomposing.
His skin shows abnormal loss of color and seems dried out. He's totally dehydrated. His fingertips and toes seem to feature a slight ring under the skin. Tender at the touch. Slightly sticky.
So he's not growing fingernails properly, which is really bad.
Severe malnutrition. Swollen abdomen with traces of petechia. Doesn't seem like an edema. Slight protuberances seem to indicate the presence of a foreign body.
So, Doctor, an
Ew.
opinion?
I'm not sure I have the necessary knowledge to treat this man.
Don't say that. You're our most worthy doctor after Dr. Fuller.
Some of his symptoms are beyond my comprehension.
What did you find?
He's got something inside of him. That's super gross, yo.
Did you examine his abdomen? It would seem there's something inside.
He hasn't eaten in days. Are you certain it's not an edema?
No. Can't you recognize an edema? Pushing with your finger won't leave a trace. And look at these bumps.
It's not like he could be pregnant.
I mean...
Whatever it is, this man has something inside him that shouldn't be there. We should operate on him at once.
Dr. Fuller said not to worry, that the edema would go away by itself.
You know, I'm not sure Dr. Fuller is telling the truth.
Oh, so I just get to go through these?
In spite of the muscle contractions, his arms seem limp.
Yes. They can't have decalcified, not at this rate.
And yet, if there is a bone in this arm, it's softer than that of a newborn baby. What about his cranium?
It's soft at the touch. It does seem like the skull of a baby.
Look at these sticky rings growing at his fingertips. What can be happening?
I'm sure you'll find an explanation.
He's turning
You have
to a jelly person.
I see signs of hypodermoclysis, but he's still dehydrated. When was his last IV?
He's constantly under perfusion. I've even gone beyond the recommended dose to no avail. And you won't believe me, but when we bathed him earlier...
He seemed to feel better?
Yes. Like he needs an aquarium, not a perfusion. But that doesn't explain his condition.
He's turning into a fish man.
I almost don't believe it myself, but these symptoms are not those usually associated with the human species.
What do you mean? Don't tell me you believe in extraterrestrials.
No. Not alien, fishman.
This poor man is from our world, all right. But his body is undergoing unnatural mutations. And this transformation is killing him. His body simply can't cope.
Go put him in a
Where
fish
could he
tank.
have gotten such an infection?
I pray that it's not here.
Dr. Colden, may I know what you're doing to my patient?
Yeah.
I'm doing. How about what you've done to him?
Let us calm down, my dear Marie. I don't appreciate your tone, nor your insinuations. I've done to him what I do to all my patients. Provide him with the best available care.
Your imagination is without limit. It's your homemade drug again, is it not? Those people are not your guinea pigs.
There. What have you seen to put you in such a state?
He's turning into a fish man.
I've seen suction cups on his fingers, his falling body temperature, his dehydration. Had I only read the report, you know what I would have concluded, Doctor.
Do I? Tell me anyway. I'm curious.
He's no longer human. These are the attributes of an animal.
Fascinating. An animal, you say? Could you be more precise? Cephalopod, perhaps?
Yeah.
This amuses you.
Your reaction does. I know your thirst for knowledge, Doctor. It's your innocent worries for this man that have you overreacting.
For this man, and the others whose medical files you've been hiding.
I have to protect my discovery. These people owe me their life, but the world isn't ready yet. It will be, in time.
I will not let you do this.
You disappoint me, Marie, but I still have hope you'll one day share my point of view. In the meantime, take care of your own patients and try not to forget who you're dealing with.
I don't know where he's from. He
Is
has
that a threat? What did he mean?
It was a warning.
Yes.
Dr. Fuller is this institution's founder and one of our profession's most influential voices. My word is of no weight against his. If I continue to protest, I will only ruin my reputation and career.
Not necessarily.
It's scandalous. Can't we do anything? Is there no evidence of his crimes?
Yes, right now, nothing
I
changes.
disapprove of Fuller's methods, but his treatments have saved more lives than I can count.
And Mr. Blake? You said yourself he was dying.
I don't know what to think for now. What I'm sure of is that Fuller is hiding something from us, and I need to know what that is before I take a chance exposing him.
And where would you find those? In his office? What if you get caught?
I'd rather not think about that. I'm counting on your discretion.
Of course, Doctor. You can count on me. I'll keep mum.
Okay. Real quick, I'm gonna take a short break, so I'll... Okay. So... It smelled of death and putrefaction. I had a bad feeling. I read it to understand why I had such a feeling. What happened after that? Where am I? I don't know. I'm suddenly Marie Colden. Marie. Ooh, hello.
This place draws you in and never lets you go.
Yeah, the history of mental asylum
Chronic insomnia. Like half the island.
is really fucked. Purely because when the doctors just didn't know what the hell they were
Hay
doing.
fever. What's he doing here?
And some of them believed they were helping.
Doctor, please. My chest. Oh.
His perfusion of a semi-physiological solution doesn't seem to work. He's undergoing a ventricular fibrillation.
Yeah, you need to help him.
Nurse? Deborah, come and help me, please. His potassium level is too high. Replace it with 2% glucose solution with insulin, calcium, and sodium bicarbonate.
I'll tend to it right away.
Thank you. He's in your hands.
Ugh.